Good morning. It is not quite 6:30 on Thursday morning. This is the kickoff of my shakedown hike for the ov100 challenge. So this is going to be 3 days, 2 nights, 37-ish miles total. Today we're doing from the Virginia 56 trailhead to Maupin Field shelter. So almost 9 miles, a little over 3,000, something like 3,300 feet of elevation gain. Got a little bit of rain overnight, so nice, beautiful 70 degrees this morning. So nice and cool to start the day. We'll see what it gets up to. Last time I looked at the forecast, it was looking at high to mid 80s, mid to high 80s. All right, so that is what we're climbing today, and that is what we're climbing tomorrow. All right, here's the trailhead. Okay, this is the intersection of the AT and the Malhar. All right, just took a quick stop off at Harper's Creek Shelter. Met some section hikers and a through hiker. Everybody's heading northbound, so I can't believe it. I'm actually leading the pack right now. But that's the same shelter that we took Grace to on her first overnight. Only way came in southbound. All right, so it's coming up on 10:30, and miles-wise, I'm almost at a halfway point, about 4.5 miles. So, from my perspective, that's better than a mile an hour going up this incline. I'll throw in an elevation profile for you so you can see, but y'all know that the camera just does not show the elevation near like it really is. But yep, still climbing. Yeah, that's the trail. I'm holding the camera straight level. That's the trail. That's Priest. So after we do the down tomorrow, back to the road, we get to go right up. Let's see if I can get a pointer out here. So yeah, right, pretty much up here, and then along back and continuing that way. And this is why mileage is always a curious thing, because Footpath said this track was going to be 8.78 miles, and then Guthook, or Far Out, said that it would be just over 9.5, whereas my GPS track has me at about 9.95 right now. We're not even quite to the shelter. Now that did include a little bit of side trail going to the Harper's Creek shelter, but I mean, maybe 1/8 of a mile, if that. So anyway, I'm believing my GPS, and I'm calling this a 10-mile day, almost to the shelter. All right, here we are. I'm gonna take advantage of the picnic table and have me some lunch. Well, I can tell that I'm starting out with 3 of my bottles empty. It's a wonderful difference in weight. Even though it's been dry, this section on the Malhar takes me along Campbell Creek the whole way. So unless we were in a major drought, there would be plenty of water in all conditions. So I'm not concerned. Once I come off of Campbell Creek, then I'll fill everything up and go back to full weight. This is the deceiving portion of the trail. There you go, Grace. You got any memories of this spot? All right. Here we go. This is the Malhar intersecting again with the AT. Yeah, coming down off of 3 ridges from where the Malhar intersects. It's mostly a pretty cruisy downhill. So that's all right. Priest will get us back for it. And here we come down again. Ty River. Highway 56 is right across the bridge here. And this really cool single track suspension bridge across the river. 1.5 miles into the climb. Only 3 more to go. It's 1:45, and we're still climbing. All right, coming into pre-shelter area. It's I did conquer Priest. It was a battle of attrition, 1 step at a time. But I made it, I won. Stopping in here. Gotta hit the Privy in the spring. I was gonna do lunch, but don't have the time for it. This could almost be cruisy if it weren't for all the rocks. Gotta watch the footing so I don't sprain an ankle. I got about 4 hours of daylight left, and I've got not quite 7 miles to do. As long as the trail stays reasonable, I shouldn't have a problem doing that. And if I don't make it, I got a headlamp. This road, if you hang a right, would take you down to the top of Crabtree Falls. And I might have planned a little differently, and I remembered that you had to climb Spy Rock between Priest and Seely Woodworth. Not quite headlamp time yet, but yeah, I'm pushing the envelope. Got right at, I think, a mile. We'll see if I make it. Come on, Goose. We can do a half mile standing on our heads. Made it. And it's still light. And here we go. Look, I might just have it all to myself. Okay, so the goal was to get to the shelter before it was dark, and here I am. Again, different things are saying different things, but with my side trips and backtracks, my watch is saying 19.1 miles. And I'm still waiting on things to upload so I can figure out elevation and all that. But you know what? It was a hard day, but now that it's done, it feels good. If it had been 5 more miles, I don't think I could have. Certainly not before dark. So this morning when I got up, my smartwatch has a little morning report thing. It told me that my body battery was at 1% and that I needed to rest. Starting off day 3, leaving the shelter, somewhere between, depending on who you believe, 11 and 13 miles back to the car. Plan to stop at Priest and have lunch and make a relatively easy day of this one. Fingers crossed. Okay. May only be 67 degrees. There's 91% humidity. I'm so hot I had to lose the hat. Yeah, I had thought yesterday that I might take a little quick side trip to Spy Rock up here, but yeah, I'm thinking the views are gonna be nothing but pea soup. Okay, Kevin, there's a geocache about 250 yards down that hill. And I'm not going for it because I already got it. No BS, just Jeeps. I forget the code. I wonder if this rock formation isn't where Priest gets its name. Kind of looks like a priest at his pulpit, doesn't it? Okay, so 3.5 hours, 7 miles from Seely Woodworth shelter to Priest shelter. I'm gonna stop off here, filter some water, have lunch, take a good break, and then we'll attack the summit. Okay, had lunch, and I'm hoping that I must have grabbed a partial fuel canister, because if I can't even get 3 days worth of fuel out of a canister, I'm gonna go back to the alcohol stove. At least then I know what I've got. I don't run out halfway in the middle of making my coffee. So yeah, I had lukewarm coffee to go with my lunch. But anyway, 3/4 of a mile of up to hit the peak of Priest, and then it's 4 miles of downhill to the car. Northbound. This is where I should have stopped off and filled up on the way up yesterday. I did not realize how much water I had already gone through or how much more I would need. So I kept on going. You can actually see the road from here. Boom. There's traffic. So I'm all but at the car. I'm gonna go ahead and catch one more little sign there. And this is it. I'm gonna call it a wrap, guys. Made it.